Very good. Okay. Moving along, we have Workforce Center for 400. Which group of people gets top priority to work with at the Workforce Center?
What are vets?
Yes, excellent. Who are veterans? Right, what are veterans? Very good. Okay, for 500. What is a workforce development program available through the Workforce Center that is eligibility based and outcome driven? This is a tough one.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay, so eligibility based, driven by outcomes. We have a hand up.
What is the Workforce Investment Act?
Yay! Excellent! Correct answer. What is the Workforce Investment Act, otherwise known as WIA? Want to describe a little bit more?
Yeah, WIA is such a wonderful program, but it allows us to really support a person who's experiencing obstacles to work. And it is an eligibility-based program. It's not an entitlement program, but what we're able to do with it is to address the obstacles and to come up with ideas with regards to services and working with our community partnerships to help a person to address all of those barriers and move forward, because sometimes we just get stuck. And a lot of people have felt that way in the very recent past, where all of their efforts, they were looking for work, they were doing interviews, and they were just not getting anywhere. Employers weren't calling them back after interviews. They were, filling out applications day in and day out, and it gets really, really frustrating. We've got amazing staff who will work with those folks and say, let's talk about what your efforts have been, and start really looking at where they're at. How does their resume look? How are they doing in interviews? Are they looking in the right direction? Is the job that they previously had that they're looking for not available anymore? Jobs ebb, occupations ebb and flow, and some of them phase out. And are you, if your job did phase out, if there's just nothing available in that industry, what about retooling and using the skills that you've developed, but putting a different spin on them and going for a different industry, or completely retooling and starting fresh and new and all over again? So that's the Workforce Investment Act, and we have funding available sometimes to help with short-term job training, certificate programs. We can do so many creative things, and then it also allows us to partner with the agencies that can bring even more to the table, so that we can really wrap good, solid services and opportunities around a client. So that's the Workforce Investment Act. And I'm sorry, I talk a lot because I love it.
No, that's wonderful. No, I'm sure the audience appreciates it. That's great. Any other questions at this point regarding Colorado Workforce Center or the Workforce Investment Act? Okay, good. Glenda, are we at the final question? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this category is go to workshops. Write down how much you want to wager. How can you get a free USB thumb drive when you complete your resume? I said thumb drive. Huh? Oh, so the question was go to workshops? Weird. Okay, I blew that one. So there you go. Free thumb drive.
Some of you got a free thumb drive today by answering answers.
Oh, yeah, if it was in the swag bag.
Right.
Okay, very good. All right, there we go. That's our game, and those are our information tidbits about each of these 5 programs. Kathy?
All right, great job, everybody. Very informative. We do have some time if anyone has additional questions.
Yeah.
For our panel members.
I just thought of a question. On the child care program, is there a time limit that they can get assistance? And if so, does it vary between counties?
That's a good question.
No, there's not a time.
Well, for example, I had a customer tell me that they had to save their child care because they were only eligible for 2 years, and they were waiting to start using it. That was more my question.
Okay, that is for the education part. If they go to college, the county only pays up to 2 years or 12 semesters, whichever comes first. And that's for Garfield County.
Okay.
12 semesters
They
or
have
2 years.
care continually, but only use it for school first.
Right, see, and we calculate.
It could be 6 years.
It'll calculate up how much, whichever comes sooner.
Okay.
That's what we go on.
All right, any other questions for the panelists? Great. Do any of the panelists have any other information that you'd like to share about your programs?
I do. The Workforce Investment Act, you know, one of the big, huge pieces that I left out of that is that we have a youth program that is a part of WIA. And that's where we encourage our youth that are involved in the program to complete their educations, to be academically proficient, to develop really great, solid work ethic, and to learn occupationally specific skills. The youth program is incredibly powerful and really sets a young person up for success in the labor market and getting them going in a career direction. Now, we also, through the Workforce Center, have youth programs like the Governor's Summer Job Hunt. One of the things that we're doing, well, this time of year, is really working with our employers, and our employers are many, to encourage them to hire youth as they're filling their summer positions. And then we go out into the schools and into the communities, really encourage the youth to register for our services so that they can be notified of the possibilities of jobs being available in their area. And so we've got really, really great youth programs. And there's a question.
Can you say the age?
Ages for the Governor's Summer Job Hunt, and it is 16 through 21. And so anybody looking for work, you know, it's not just limited to the summertime. It's year-round. We work really hard to have that those opportunities available for our youth, because they really did get displaced in the labor market for a number of years through the recession. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very glad to hear that you go out into the field. Often we expect people to come to us. And on a second note to any of the panel members, do you offer any transit opportunities or shuttle services to not only the young people who do not have transportation while their parents are working, but also to those who simply are physically and mentally challenged?
Well, I know in our county, we are kind of limited in the, towards rifle and parachute. The resources are not there. There is a bus that comes, I think, a couple times in the morning and then at the end of the day. But we do accommodate that. If we can, if they can make that work, we absolutely help provide for bus passes or transportation funds so that they can move forward.
If they're on camera.
Most of you are aware of the Traveler service for those who have a functional disability, so and are unable to use the regular bus system. So we do have the Traveler for that.
With DVR, we definitely will go and meet with the client if they can't get to our Glenwood office. They just have to let us know that. Another special accommodation that we make is if they need a translator, we'll have a translator there for the intake meeting and any other meetings that we do. In regards to transportation, we can write that into what we call an individual plan for employment, where we provide bus passes or reimbursement for transportation costs. So those things are possible, yeah.
For Workforce Center services, we're developing, we have technology available, and we are further developing technology so that actual physical presence in a Workforce Center won't be necessary. We can do a lot of things virtually and conference with with a customer, say who's in Basalt. We can be at the Glenwood Springs Workforce Center and conference, deliver services and things like that at a distance via a virtual format. And so transportation isn't it doesn't create such a huge barrier.
We also do that. We will travel, as far as TANF, we will travel to a meeting place if people are unable to, or our Glenwood office if they're from this end of the county, and also by phone. We are able to communicate that was similar to what you were saying as well, by phone, and they can apply online if they're able to, also to eliminate that being a barrier.
And Colorado Mountain College just recently reinstated a bus right now that we have that goes between Glenwood and Spring Valley, our Glenwood Center and Spring Valley, and the La Pala Center in Carbondale and back down. And I believe it's free, but you can go on our website and put in shuttle bus, and it'll tell you exactly the hours. So you shouldn't be seeing our students out there on 82 trying to get up to. But thank you for everyone that gave them a ride up there for the last week. So that's been really popular. We just started that again in September. So we had it years ago. So
I just want to mention too, for Eagle and Pitkin counties, I travel between Eagle, Colorado, all the way to Aspen, Colorado, to meet with my clients. If they can't come to me here in the offices, I go to their home if they'll have me, or at a community area near their home. And we offer bus passes. We help with transportation to get to and from work as well.
I have a question. What month would you recommend the student to go and apply or do an application for the summer jobs?
Now, we have, I just have to plug this because I'm just so proud. I checked our system this morning, and for Pitkin, Eagle, and Garfield counties, we currently have 700 job postings. Now, that's not the number of jobs, because one of those postings could be multiple positions, or multiple people for one position. There are a lot of jobs out there, and through our system, which people can access online, it's www.connectingcolorado.com. They can register. And so for your question about maybe a youth registering looking for work right now is the best time. We've got employers that need to have their hiring done before summer hits. And so February, March, April are the perfect times for a youth to find a summer job.
Several of the employers I've been going around within Glenwood, which is a very new area for me, and they actually almost start closing off accepting applications in a couple weeks. They really want that bulk of them in there right now for the ones, you've got the, those major, the hot springs and the tram place. Again, I'm new, so it's based on what all they're called, but they're very active right now. There's still opportunity if they miss this window for the positions that did not get filled. But if they want to get in and have that opportunity, also there's lifeguarding classes, and I believe they all take place in April. And so if you do have teens that are looking for those lifeguarding jobs, they want to get their application in, and they want to be approved to be going into those lifeguarding classes.
I have like 2 more questions. Do they need their parents to go in with them? And about how much do they get an hour? Or does it depend?
Yeah.
Okay, I asked, do they have to go in when they do their applications? Or do they do it just online? Or can they go in with their parents? Would you recommend that they go in with their parents? And about how much do they get per hour?
All of the above. It depends on the situation. A parent doesn't have to be present in order for a youth to register. They do have to know their Social Security number, which is something that, of course, we all learn as we're looking for work. But they can register with our, online at Connecting Colorado. And they can look at all the jobs that are available in our system. It does, like I said, it does require a Social Security number, but you only have to put it in once. And you could create, if you were an online user, then you could create a pseudo so that you don't have to continue to put in your Social Security number. It is the Department of Labor and Employment, so it is a very secure website. If a parent would like to be with their child as they're registering, then that's totally great. And if they would like to come into the workforce centers and understand more about child labor laws and things like that, so that they can support their child as they're working and learning. Then we've got all that information. Would love to have the parents come in, or a youth could just come in on their own. So we don't have any requirements for the parental involvement. Now, as far as how much can a youth make, the minimum wage is the standard base, and so from there the sky's the limit. So there are no restrictions on wages for youth.
Great. Well, thank you very much to all our panelists. Go ahead,
I
Jill.
have one more thing to say. So I've been saying the Go to Work programs because we do have 3 other programs. Our newest is the Garco Sewing Works in Rifle, where we train students on TANF for industrial sewing. So some of you won swag bags today from Garco Sewing Works. So we can help with any of your bag needs. It's a sustainable program. So I know Eagle County, Garfield County, and Pitkin many times have ordered bags from us. We use recyclable materials. So it's certainly a wonderful program, economic development program. We hope to encourage here pretty soon to have a factory, so we'll have jobs on the other end, and then we'll be working with more workforce clients. So, but right now it's pretty much exclusively women on TANF in Garfield County. So that's our newest program. We also do Women in Transition and Gateway. So Gateway, we work with the case managers really intensively at the campus in Rifle, and help them be successful, ready for work, ready for classes, ready for education. And then Women in Transition is for any woman or man, single parent, or maybe another woman who's a little older that wants to take a class, wants to get back into college or training, and I kind of work with them on an advisory basis. So that program, Women in Transition and Gateway, is celebrating their 25th anniversary this year. Thanks to Tricia, she's over there because she was one of the founding members of Women in Transition. So we'll be celebrating a birthday come in May, so some of you will probably get some information on that, so please come. It's been a wonderful, wonderful partnership. And I don't know if Dawn got properly introduced. I just wanted to, because they're such a good partner with us.
We are. We're very
And she
tight.
just moved down from Leadville. We're so excited. She is here in the mall.
And I'm so happy to be here in the mall.
And so I just wanted to say, we're excited at CMC and the county to have you here. She supervises all the workforce programs in both regions, so Rural Resort and Northwest Colorado, and it's just exciting to have her in Glenwood at the Glenwood site. And
Thank you. I am
just
so
wanna make
thrilled
sure.
to be here, and I'm just having so much fun learning about the communities and experiencing those partnerships that were usually over the phone. So this has really been great.
well, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, any further parting remarks by any of our panelists? Okay, so I think we'll wrap up this section of our program. We really appreciate the time of the panelists and doing their pre-work and in presenting today, and all of your great participation in the game and all your great questions. We've had a lot of great questions today, so that really helps. I think it helps us learn, all of us learn, because there were questions I wouldn't have thought of, so that was helpful information for me to learn. So thank you very much. If you'd like to stay and do some networking, that would be great. But I think we'll close down this formal portion of our meeting. And again, thank you for your participation.
Thank you.